You say funny thing.
Here we go with more Jumping Flash. Hold on to your hats, everybody. You've heard of Sonic eats a lemon and dies? Well, now here's Mongoose 1 billion records a Let's Play and lives. Gotta get ourselves amped up here. So, as we look at this torpedo shark here, here's a question for you, the viewer. What is the correlation between sharks and torpedoes? Not only is there this, but there was also that Pokemon back in the day that was like a torpedo shark. It's like Sharkiplier or something like that. What is the correlation? Something to think about as you lie awake at night and wonder where it all went wrong. So anyway, that boss didn't really put up much of a fight, did he? I think we got a cutscene coming up here. Hold on.
Oh my, what a revolting development this has turned out to be.
So yep, the giant space homosexual sounded exactly like I said he would. Turns out I wasn't lying about that. I would never lie to you about anything. So, here we go with the Japan-themed level once we smash that glass bottle. Why are all the levels in glass bottles, by the way? What is that thematically? It doesn't fit the theme. The theme of this game is very confused. They didn't know what they were doing. As AVGN once famously said, "What were they thinking?" So anyway, this level's like a Japan-themed Shogun temple. I once went to a Shogun-themed temple in VRChat, and one of the other people in VRChat, his avatar was a Po from Kung Fu Panda, and people were hazing him a little, and, "What are you doing here, Po from Kung Fu Panda?" And he said, "I'm just trying to get back to China." And then they said, "But this is Japan." And he looked around and he was like, "Shit." Oh, VRChat. Many an adventure was had in VRChat in the first quarter of 2018 when it was at the peak of its popularity. I don't know, do people still use VRChat? Am I missing out on any more fun, memorable experiences by not playing it? I don't think I am. I think I've seen pretty much all it has to offer at this point. It was fun while it lasted, but now it's time to move on. And you know who else needs to move on? Doug Walker. He needs to stop making his silly internet reviews where he shrieks in his high-pitched voice, and he needs to move on to something respectable like directing or acting in a real movie and not just something that was filmed in his parents' house or a public park. He needs to get with the times. Well, I guess he did try to do that with that one, what was it called, demo reel? Yeah, if demo reel had succeeded, I think Doug Walker would have flown the coop and moved on to projects that take actual talent and not just, "Oh, the movie is bad, oh, good heavens." That's my impression of Doug Walker. Oh, lordy. But yeah, it's time to move on in your career, Doug Walker. Do what you know is right. Don't waste your life entertaining a bunch of shrieking 15-year-olds. Do what you want to do. Yeah, this is the advice that he needs to hear from a channel with 2 active viewers. This is totally gonna get to him, and that's gonna be the thing that gets him to change his life around. "You know, the other day, the Let's Player with 2 views..." Why is that the voice I keep giving him? But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be me. Totally, Mongoose 1 billion is gonna be the creator that convinces him to turn his career around. So anyway, let's actually talk about the game. Let's Play fans get just completely irate when you don't talk about the game. So, this character can jump 50 feet into the air. Well, you probably already knew that, but Anyway, that's pretty cool. That's not something you typically see in a platformer, that level of height. I knew a kid in elementary school who could jump 50 feet into the air. It was amazing. He'd just be all like whoosh, and we'd all stand there in amazement. Never seen anything like it. Okay, we got wooden paddles, I guess. I think the developers were kind of desperate for Japan-themed things to put into this level. Running out of Japan-themed memorabilia. So, I think there's a secret door down there, but we're not gonna go there. See how back there, you can rewind the video, there was a door with Baron Aloha's face on it. Looked like you could shoot it open. Oh well, I guess I didn't see it when I was recording the gameplay. So for those of you who follow Synthcool regularly, answer this for me. What is Synthcool's like obsession with Justin Bieber? I mean, for God's sakes, it's 2021 and he just seems to be resurrecting this argument from like 2009 about Justin Bieber stinks. Is he doing it ironically, or what's going on there? I genuinely don't understand what that means about some days. I mean, I've looked at his Twitter feed a few times, and you can't tell what is and isn't ironic. Like, they'll try to sell like shirts that say like "I hate Barney" and like just really like poor lettering, and it looks like a kid wrote it, and that's a legitimate thing you can buy. And then other times he'll like have like philosophical debates, and he'll say like the Protestant is ruining the world, and ridiculous things like that. And Synthcool is a strange man. I don't understand him, but I guess it would be kind of boring if I did understand him fully. He was just a simple man, simp-cool as it were. Has anybody made that joke before? Probably. So the main character from this game had an appearance in Astro's Playroom for the PS5, which is probably the best PS5 game to come out thus far. This water effect really troubled emulator developers for a long time. If you tried to play this game in Mednafen or EPSXE, it would just go crazy when you tried to go underwater. But the emulators of the modern day have got that effect figured out, thankfully. So kudos to you, DuckStation developers. Kudos to you. So anyway, yeah, the PS5. Everyone loves Astro's Playroom because all the paid games are kinda crummy thus far. But that's standard for Sony. These days they just make walking simulators for Redditors. Sacrilegious, I know. But after just wading through this crap on Reddit every year where there's just 15-year-olds making soy faces at the latest PlayStation game and oh my god, has anybody played Walking Simulator 5? This is literally the greatest game ever made. God. Modern Sony only makes crap, and I stand by that. They don't make anything cool like Jumping Flash no more. But that's just good business, though. The Redditor soy boys out there make up the majority of the market, so of course Sony's gonna cater to them. Gosh, when The Last of Us came out in 2013, Reddit was just so completely swamped with The Last of Us posts. It was the only thing anybody would ever talk about, and for people who weren't interested in the game, it was very, very annoying. Oh, dearie. So this boss is a bit harder than usual. I don't know why they just put this random difficulty spike in the second boss. Let's see if we can pull through. Cross your fingers, everybody. So far, so good. Nope. So anyway, so even though this character cameoed in Astro's Playroom, if you look up my Astro's Playroom playthrough on this channel, you won't find him. You will not find Rabbit, because I didn't get to the PS1 level in my playthrough. This isn't interesting, who cares? Let's talk about something else. So, you ever see that Jack in the Box commercial where the Jack in the Box mascot gets hit by a bus? That was pretty cool, huh? Apparently that was scary to little kids for some reason. I don't get it. But I don't know. I don't understand nothing. I mean, can you, the viewer, articulate why the Jack in the Box commercial would be scary just because he got hit by a bus? I mean, normally that's like a comedy thing, you know? It's a comedic act to get hit by a bus. I mean, I even saw that commercial in a compilation of scary kid moments, as it were. You know, those types of things, just scary moments from kids' cartoons. That's always a fascinating topic. Yeah, somebody put a bunch of them together in a compilation and just put some nostalgic music over it. That was a hell of a video, if I haven't already mentioned it before. I enjoyed the crap out of that. This boss is pretty darn resilient. Sorry I bumped the mic. I think this is gonna be the one time when we get him, though. As Twitch says, this is the run. There can be only one. That didn't have anything to do with the situation. So I don't know if it helps to hit the little men floating around him first, or if you just gotta go for him directly. It's probably a bit harder for him to attack you if you get the little men first. Speaking of little men, you ever see that episode? You ever see that movie? It was a remake of Gulliver's Travels with Jack Black, and he gets tied down by a little man, and he starts freaking out, and little man! Oh, Jack Black. You have made some interesting career choices over the years. I always wanted to see that movie with Jack Black in it where he's, where they rent the movie from the video store and then accidentally tape over it. So they just try to, like, recreate the movie in his backyard and put it on the tape and then return the tape to the video store in the hopes that nobody notices. And then he starts getting recognized around town. Hey, you're that guy from Ghostbusters. What a funny premise for a movie. That movie's been on my to-watch list for like 13 years. I'm a bit of a procrastinator in that regard. Well, anyway, we got 2 more episodes of Jumping Flash coming down the pipeline eventually.